So the Tab S8 Ultra has been out around a year now, and it's one of my favorite tablets in all of 2022, and a lot of you might be getting excited for the Tab S9 Ultra, and I'm honestly not really sure when it's coming out. It might be the fall, it could be the summer, who knows at this point, but I still want to talk about this Tab S8 Ultra because you're going to see a lot of sales on this device, and this is still an excellent tablet, so I wanted to give you my updated review, a full review of how this tablet has been doing after 1 year. So with all that being said, let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. So this tablet, it is a terrific tablet, but it really is pretty expensive if you're looking at the retail price. But I will say there's been a lot of sales on this tablet, and that's why I really think a lot of us should really consider buying it, even in 2023, even with the Tab S9 Ultra on the horizon. But I still think this Tab S8 Ultra is a great deal. Now, the main thing that is so striking about this tablet is the design and the size of it. So this tablet is huge, and it does have a different design from the Tab S8 Plus or the Tab S8, because it does have this very unique notch that's actually on the top of this tablet. And I understand that some people don't like the notch. In fact, I was one of those people as well who really didn't like it originally. I like having a little bit of bezels on my tablet. It does allow me to hold on to the tablet when I'm gaming, but I will say I did get used to that notch pretty quickly. And overall, I will say the design, it just looks very nice and modern. This is a 14.6-inch tablet. This tablet is huge, and for a lot of you out there, it might be a little bit too big. And for some of you, you're not going to get enough of it. You're going to love it. You're going to wish it was even bigger because a lot of you want a huge canvas for your drawings. A lot of you watch a lot of videos on your tablets. A lot of you do a lot of productive work. A lot of you are being very productive on the go. And if that is you, this tablet screen size is going to be very, very welcome. And I will readily admit here, this screen, I did say in previous reviews that I really thought it was a little bit too big for me personally, and the Tab S8 Plus was one of my favorite devices overall. But I will say the screen size really has grown on me as someone who does like to watch a lot of videos and watch a lot of movies. If I am someone who's actually doing that or even watching a lot of YouTube, that big screen size is tremendous for that, and it really can show you what this device is capable of. Like, this device will look terrific when you're watching stuff because the resolution is very, very good. It's a 2960 by 1848 panel. Of course, it is an AMOLED display. Now, I do wish it was a little bit brighter. It does get a little bit over 400 nits, but that is not bright enough for me. But in most conditions, it was actually fine. Even outside, I was able to use it some, and it wasn't a huge issue. But if you do work in a place with like overhead lights, like a hospital, for example, you might want to avoid this because it's going to have a little bit of extra reflection. But it's still pretty bright overall for content, I will say that. And it did just look very, very good in my average everyday testing when I was using it to watch various TV shows, when I was watching YouTube on it. Again, this device looks terrific because that AMOLED screen is going to be amazing. And in my opinion, I love AMOLED more than mini LED. I love AMOLED more than other types of displays. So this Tab S8 Ultra, it has one of the best displays out of any device that's out there right now on the tablet market or even on the phone market. I absolutely love this display. Now, there's another big differentiator with this device, and that's actually using the S Pen on such a large canvas. Of course, when you have a 14.6-inch screen, using an S Pen on this, of course, is going to be a lot better for taking notes than some other smaller devices. Now, yes, the S Pen does come with the Tab S8 Plus, and the Tab S8 Plus does have a faster response time compared to the regular Tab S8 stylus. I didn't really notice that, and I didn't notice that in the S8 Ultra either. The response time felt very similar between this and the Tab S8. But I will still say, regardless, a lot of you artists out there, you're very much going to notice that response time. You're going to notice how quick it is. And of course, this does have a 120 Hz refresh rate on the display, and that does affect you when you're drawing on this tablet. That is a tremendous use case for the Tab S8 Ultra. I can't say enough about how good the stylus experience is, and when you're looking at other iPad iPads on the market and you have to pay extra for that Apple Pencil, getting the pen or the stylus in the box, that is extremely significant, especially when you're seeing a lot of sales on this device. And I want to reiterate, I'm seeing this device on the used market in mint condition for like $700. I'm seeing this device very low on the used market, which means you could buy this device, whether it's $700, whether it's $650, maybe you'll find it for $750. But if you try to trade this in later to Samsung, I know they've had decent trade-in values. Now I will say the Galaxy S23 Ultra, when that device came out, they did not offer a lot of good trade-in deals. But I'm telling you, they will probably at least offer $600 or $700 for this device. So if you buy this today, I'm sure you'll get a decent trade-in if you're in the US, if you are buying the Tab S9 Ultra. Now I can't guarantee that, so don't stone me later, but I will say that this device is worth buying. It's a great deal on the used market, and two of the reasons is the display and of course the S Pen. Now there are some drawbacks to this tablet, especially if you look at newer technology, the newer processors that are out. Of course, this does have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor, and that's a little less efficient than we've seen in the processor that's in the Galaxy S23 Ultra. So of course, this won't be quite as efficient, which means the battery life also might not be quite as good as you'll see in the Tab S9 Ultra. It does have a huge battery, 11,200 milliamps, but I do wish the charging speed was a little bit better with how big that battery is, especially when we see a lot of phones out there with like 120 watt charging speeds. I wish we would get something a little bit better than 45 watts, because it can take a while to charge up. Like, it will take over an hour, even if you're on the best charger out there. It could take an hour and a half or 2 hours depending on your situation. But I'd say most people will still get around 6 hours or 7 hours of screen on time. You'll still get pretty good battery life depending on what you're doing on it and depending on your brightness levels. And the processor is extremely fast. I don't think you're going to get much faster if you go to newer processors. Now sure, it might be a little bit better for gaming or things like Genshin Impact. That's the game they always talk about. Of course, the better the processor, the better something like that will run. But in my experience as a normal everyday consumer, I don't think you're going to notice a significant difference between this and the Tab S9 Ultra. I don't think you're going to see a big difference with this, and even the Tab S10 Ultra one of these days when it comes out. Like, this device is flying through everything that I'm doing. I'm not seeing any lag or slowdowns. Even when I had the 8 gig model, I've had various models of this device. I've tried all the RAM configurations that are out there, and I will say that even with every RAM configuration, I still didn't notice any hiccups, even with that lowly 8 gigabyte of RAM model. So I just have to say that the performance is terrific on this, and that's why this tablet is so good overall. You're getting terrific performance, an amazing display, and you're getting also the S Pen, of course, that comes in the box. On top of all of those things, you're also getting a really cool keyboard cover if you do buy it, though I will say there are some flaws with it. I did review it, so feel free to check that out as well in my older videos. But I do prefer a detachable keyboard cover. This keyboard cover is at least backlit, so I am happy about that, but I do hope they improve it with the Tab S9 Ultra. And the other thing that really blows me away with this tablet is not only the price, of course, which that is amazing right now. There's going to be a lot of deals on this tablet, but I have to say I'm blown away by the software experience. That's something that you just don't get on iPads. Again, in my time with this, Samsung DeX has been a very useful tool. Not everyone is going to use it, but it's really nice when you want to be productive to get in that laptop-like environment, and you don't even have to buy the Samsung book cover keyboard to do it in. I have had some minor issues with that book cover keyboard. I would not recommend paying $350 for any keyboard. I think that's very, very crazy. But if you have the book cover keyboard, maybe you got it for free on pre-order, maybe you bought it on the used market. I'm sure you could find it around 150 bucks out there on that used market. It's a decent book cover keyboard, but you don't have to buy that. If you buy a Bluetooth keyboard, like the Logitech MX Keys or another Bluetooth keyboard, I'll have links for some various keyboards I like in the description, but the point is you could really make this device a very productive tool because of the software that Samsung does provide. A lot of iPads, I know they have the Stage Manager and these newer things that are out there, but Samsung DeX is a lot more refined than that, and I'm really enjoying my experience on Samsung DeX to have a laptop-like environment to get work done in. And Samsung Internet has actually been a pretty good browser. I am a Google Chrome person, but I will say Samsung Internet works a little bit better in that Samsung DeX environment. So I did use that for quite a few things, and I will say I had a terrific experience. So in the end, what has my time been like with this tablet? It's been amazing. I've really enjoyed it, and even though I thought I wouldn't like it because it was a little too big for me in my everyday life, a lot of things that I wanted to use it for, I found out that this tablet was just too big, and I would end up being very disappointed. But in the end, when I stepped back, I realized there's also a lot of things that I do with this tablet that I love compared to other smaller tablets. I watch a lot of videos, a lot of YouTube, and that's amazing on this device. When I actually want to get productive, I very much prefer the Tab S8 Ultra over any other tablet that I have. And even if I'm sitting on the bed or sitting on the couch, I really love having a large device with this big kickstand, and that really does allow me to stay productive or just enjoy myself when I'm sitting down and relaxing. And I love the S Pen and the fact that I could use it on a larger canvas. So those are a lot of great things that really make this Tab S8 Ultra shine, and there's a lot of ways that you should consider using it because this device has a lot to offer compared to other devices on the market. And if you're an iPad person that's watching this, I'm not saying that this device is better than an iPad necessarily. It is really just a different thing. Just like Windows and Mac laptops, I hate Mac. I will never use Mac. So I'm not really the target candidate for a Mac. And with different operating systems, there are different people that are going to sway one way or the other. So if you are someone out there who does sway towards Android, I'm telling you this is going to be one of the few options for you, especially in the US, and honestly one of the best options that you could buy. I would highly recommend it, and feel free to check the links in the description, and that will really help you out if you are looking to purchase. So thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Feel free to give me a like on this video and give me a sub. That would mean a lot to me personally because, again, that is a big way to support my channel. You can also watch some other videos. I've mentioned a few videos throughout this because I do a lot of videos on Samsung Galaxy tablets. And you could also, well, just share this video around and just stick around for some other content. On my channel, I post almost every single weekend, assuming nothing crazy is happening. So have a great day, enjoy your week, and I hope you enjoy the Galaxy tablets that are there because they are awesome.